Let's talk about the beach at Riurepublica, the one they advertise in the glossy brochures and filtered Instagram posts. White sand, swaying palms, turquoise water. Paradise, they say. But let's talk about it at night. Let's talk about it when the resort loses power, when the paths go dark, when security is nowhere to be seen, when you're not lounging with a cocktail in hand but walking alone. Let's talk about what it really looks like then. Because what they don't show you on the travel sites is just how far that beach is from the actual resort. They don't show you the dense grove of trees between the last lit path and the open shoreline. They don't tell you how long the walk is, or how disorienting it becomes in total darkness. They don't tell you about the broken lights that never got fixed, the guards who weren't at their post, the doors that didn't lock. And they certainly don't tell you how easy it is for a young woman to vanish in that in-between space. Sudiksha Konanki was last seen alive at Riurepublica, a STEM student, a daughter, a friend, a guest who paid to be safe. Her friends returned from spring break. She didn't. And we're supposed to pretend that's just unfortunate? We're supposed to believe this beach, with its winding maze of trees, its long, unmonitored walkways, its poorly lit edges, had nothing to do with her disappearance? That the resort bears no responsibility? Riurepublica is not just a backdrop, it's a crime scene. Negligence is not an accident, it's a pattern of corners cut, of security left to good enough, of profit prioritized over people. Power outages happen. But what's your protocol? How many staff were alerted? Where were the emergency floodlights? Why didn't anyone check on a guest who was alone? How did she leave with no camera catching her? How did no one see anything? You sold her a fantasy. You delivered a liability. No, the beach didn't kill her. But the conditions created by this resort, the darkness, the distance, the lack of response, created the perfect opportunity for someone else to. Sudiksha deserved better. And this story isn't done. Because every tree she walked past, every step she took into that night, there's accountability hiding in the shadows. And we're not done turning on the lights.
Am I the only person who feels like the police or the detectives from the US and in the Dominican Republic are just drugging on this young lady investigation? Sudiksha, she was only 20 years old when she went missing, guys. There's no body, there's no good evidence of what actually happened to her, and we as people, we as a community, we need answers. We need answers. Now there's some news update, and there's a lady by the name of Jennifer, who I don't have the video right now to show you guys, but she was saying that she was at the Riurepublica from the 5th of March to the 18th, and there's no security guard present, or there's no police. And I can tell you that I stayed on that hotel next door. We walked that beach in 2018, although now it's 2025, and there was no security present. I am thinking Rio should be held responsible. They should come forward. When you have a guest that is staying at your hotel, it's your job to make sure that all the guests that stays at your hotel is safe. That girl came to your hotel to enjoy her summer or spring break, a week off from school, and she disappeared. Now someone should be held liable for that. And you know what made this case very sad too? The power went out. In the Caribbean, don't they have a generator? When the power went out, they have a generator. So why wasn't the generator turned on? I haven't seen anything about that. right? Also, you have a lot of cameras. Although it's dark, I'm sure cameras would have picked up more of what happened at your hotel. So you guys need to come forward with the truth. Stop hiding things. We do know that your hotel reputation is in question here, is in questioning, of course. I also stayed at a hotel in Rio, in I think it was called Riurepublica. It was in the Panama. I stayed there last year Christmas. It was a very nice hotel and I loved it a lot. But Rio, there's a lot of talks about your hotel, especially the ones in the Dominican Republic. Innocent people are going missing. People come there to enjoy their time, to have a good time. People didn't come there to die, to disappear. You guys have to move, to step forward. Acknowledge what happened at your hotel and see if you could work with the people, the police, the staff to make things like this doesn't happen at all. When people travel, they want to feel safe. Right now, I'm scared to come to the Dominican Republic. I'm scared to come to your island. Such a beautiful island. It's such a shame. We have too many Canadians end up dead. The other day, I saw on the news where a mother and his young son died from food poisoning in a hotel in Dominican Republic. I saw on the news last week another Canadian couple who were wrongfully charged for drug trafficking. The husband is still in jail down there right now, but the wife is back in Toronto fighting for her husband relief. You guys need to stop it. Stop it. It doesn't look good. And everybody knows what goes on there. Today, I don't know who is the Prime Minister of the Dominican Republic. You guys should come forward and make sure that you stop the crime and the dishonesty that goes on into your lovely paradise. People are paying their money to come there to have a good time. They're not paying their money to come there to go missing. That's not what people are paying for. So put aside the pride because you don't want, people to be aware of how your country is. People is already aware. It's time for you to put that all away and try to make your little island a better island so people feel safe. So people will want to come there again. But if you keep denying the truth, how will people have confidence to come there? How will we have confidence to come there? We all want to come, and we all want to come and have a good time and enjoy the beautiful beaches, enjoy the food, the people. But the corruption in your country needs to stop. It needs to stop, or else they should take their little island off the tourism website or whatever they put it on, or take it off the map. Too much young people, too many people is gone missing in your island, and you guys need to step forward and stop it now. Because of the internet, things cannot hide. People are coming forward and we're seeing what is going on there. So I plead to the Dominican Republic, please hold your people accountable for their actions, so that you will have more people wants to visit your island and for more people to feel safe. Thank you for understanding, and let's continue to work and solve the Sudiksha case, because that young girl deserves